everybody. It's Tuesday.
Tuesday.
We call this Tweaky Tuesday. I don't know. She tweaks things every day. I don't know if that's really like a thing that we should,
Oh, yeah, this is very true. Hi, Bully. He's nosing me.
Anyway. Hello, everybody. Do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. And while we're doing that, this is P over here.
M over there.
Patricia.
Mariah.
And together,
we are PM Artist Studio.
Hi, guys. All right. As I said, do say hello in the chat. If you're watching on replay, no worries. Let us know down in the comments below. I just love it when you do it. If you have questions, that's a good place to leave it, too, if you're on replay. If you have questions during live stream, chat's where it's at. And it's also how I know that you're here, and I'm going to be able to say hello to you, like I'm about to say hello to everybody here. Do, do, do.
I just sit here and look at her while she's doing that.
She does. All right, here we go. Anthony Cody is here. He's the Baron Maker, if you didn't know that. Arkansas Crazy Quilter, that's Dawn. Becky, Cheryl, Cookie Wookie, that's Mo. Darcy, Deb, Eddie, Elizabeth, Ellen, Emma, Ever After, Hoarder Paper Crops, that's Mimi. Elizabeth O'Connor, just Elizabeth Fulcomer and Elizabeth O'Connor. How about that?
Really?
Got the Liz's representing. Elizabeth's representing, I guess. Okay. Jocelyn's here, like Gia, Linda. Hello, Linda. It's been a little bit. Lizanne, Lizzie, Jean, Lydia, Marcia, Marguerite, Mark Hines is here. Monica, hello and welcome. Panka, Sandra, and it is good to see you, Sandra. She said it's been a little bit since she's been here, and we're happy to have you. And Sandy Franklin's here. Star Traveler, that's Linda. Sue Davis, Suzanne Rivard, SWL, that is Sherry. The Shelley Studio, that is Markle. Tina Schfunberg is here. Veronica and Walter. If I missed you, just give me an extra little pinky hello hand like Robin did or Walter did. And then, I get you helloed. All right, now what?
I'm ready.
Okay, she's ready.
I'm ready.
Oh, we've got a big old thank you to give.
Oh, yeah. Starting.
And the mystery was, because it was a mystery package.
They forgot to include the name. My ears stopped up. I'm trying to get it unstopped.
So you're saying I have to holler at you?
It still feels like I'm hollering down a tube.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes. I can reach your lips.
Good.
Okay. Look at this paper that I salvaged. I actually did snatch it out of Mariah's hand, and Izzy was like, oh. I told her she could share some if she could tell me what she was going to do with it prior to.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Robin.
And the most interesting tape.
Hey, Eddie.
I saved these two
hey,
pieces because they're still kind of sticky.
Yeah, what are you doing sticking it to the book?
Because it still comes up.
Oh, she also has a big old announcement to make regarding this book.
Yeah, I do. But see, look at that.
Yeah, what's your big old announcement about the book, Patricia?
I'm getting to it.
Oh, okay. Oh, you had that planned out? I didn't know if you were going to
tape off.
See if I was going to remind you or not.
And it says decorate me down here. Well, I did poo-poo this, and I just, thought, oh gosh, who needs that kind of crap?
The create this book prompt thing.
I can prompt myself, which is true.
Yeah.
But here's the thing that I like about it, other than the crappy paper.
Yeah. The
paper is total crap. But you can do like Mariah does and just tear out the little things and glue them down to the page of some actual,
And I also feel like that way you can use what you want.
Yeah.
And you don't have to feel like, judged by the fact that you didn't use all the pages.
Yeah. And see, here we go. Create a page of lyrics. Well, that doesn't interest me at all. Color comparisons, ones you dislike. I mean, I could do some pages on that.
But anyway, as she was reading through it, because Izzy was working on hers, because remember, we got 2 copies of it for whatever reason. And she was reading through them. She's like, oh. And I'm like,
well, it was because, and the thing about it is I have a thing about language and words. Create integration. Okay, that's a good thing for her to learn.
Mm-hmm.
And shine and scented. Lord knows she doesn't need to. Yeah. Color. beauty and ugliness to beauty and create additions. And there I got my poke. Create a status. I am feeling. Create a character. Create activity and inventory. Well, that's kind of boring, but I wouldn't do anything like that.
No.
Create bleed. Love that. Seasonal decor, of course.
Yeah.
Contrast.
Oh, and I did add it to the Amazon bookshop, and I don't know, I copied and pasted some things into Nightbot, so hopefully Nightbot has decided that, it'll be acting right, but it could be a, Nightbot talking to YouTube or YouTube not wanting to hear what Nightbot has to say. Anyway, something like that. About the whole linking thing.
Yeah, who knows?
Who knows?
Okay, well, anyway, I've decided that I like some of the little things that are in here. It does have a lovely color. It's that wonderful velvety feeling paper.
Yeah.
I really like. Okay, I'm handing that back to you, Mariah.
Thank you.
Since it is yours.
Thank you.
She did give me this one, so I feel slightly, It's 100% cotton vellum finish. And I mean, that's pretty special.
Uh-huh.
Strathmore. I don't even think my Fabriano's cotton.
Yeah, and by the way, I did add those to our Amazon shop. I purchased those through Blick, which we have an affiliate link as well coming in. But if you want to find it on Amazon, I have also added those books to our Amazon affiliate store.
This is a much better choice
than the Fabriano.
Than the la-di-da. You see, it doesn't even say that it's cotton.
Oh, it probably does.
It doesn't say. Not in that little.
Not in
that thing there. And, it very well could be. It's really nice paper. But, I guarantee you I paid a lot more for that one than this one.
And hello, Ellen and Marguerite.
Okay, like I said, we're going to have a watercolor thing one of these days, just not today. Okay, so this paper is very cool. I like it because I think it would be cool in a journal just as is.
This is packaging from Jackson's.
And that brings me to the next thing. Okay, so I've got this little packet here with pieces and parts. You know how I am about that.
Hello, Lizanne.
And I was looking around and trying to decide what to do with the new paints.
So a box arrived yesterday from Jackson's, and I'm like, well, I mean, Pete did say she's been ordering stuff, but I thought, she got everything that she wanted to get from Blick. And then we opened it up, and it doesn't have any.
No, but it had this.
No packing slip,
every single jar
in
was packed with this paper.
Yeah, very nice. Anyway, our very sweet Ari Sky, aka Sonia, sent these to P.
And, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't really need any more paint. But, sometimes need isn't. It's more of a want.
She likes these a lot.
I do. And I tested them. Well, number one, I had to swatch all of them. You know that. And look at that. If that is not just almost exactly, and I don't know what the price comparison is on these little Hummers.
Well, those big ones, now for the States, because it's different. But I did look it up because I was just like, I was looking up the I wasn't familiar with the brand or anything like that. And I thought maybe it was Jackson's, like their in-house brand, but I don't think that that's true either. It's just ARA. But that big one, which is a really good price. I mean, I think for $22 around.
Oh, yeah. It's made in the Netherlands. Which I immediately thought of Paula, and just because she's really the only.
I asked Mo if she knew anything about it because we spent some time chit chatting about. I'm like, I don't know where this paint came from, and then Sonia emailed me this morning.
But look at this. Okay, you can tell right away, transparent. I'm all about that. But then you get to this blue.
That's a beautiful blue.
It is a beautiful blue.
I don't think even though you have paints out the wazoo, but I don't think you have that blue.
Well, and what it is it's turquoise deep blue. So I do have blues, but I don't have any that are really quite that color. And I'm happy about this yellow. It's Indian yellow, lake extra. I'm not sure what the extra means. I've got
But whatever.
quinacridone rose deep. That's really lovely, and I'll show you in a minute what it does.
Oh, she played with them.
Yes, I did. This gold is awesome because it's transparent like ish. See? When you brayer it out enough, you can get it so that you can see stuff, and I'll show you what I did with it, which is just absolutely incredible. Okay, I did one of these, and it was so cool.
Hi, Kiki.
Because I used it on, well, I can't, I'll just get the papers out and we'll talk about it. But anyway, I had to use my box, which isn't finished, to house my new paints.
Hey, Joni.
I like having them all together because, well, just because. And this box is very sturdy, and it needs to be because, I mean, this is some heavy stuff here. Oof.
Oof.
I mean, I'm guessing maybe 10 pounds.
Yeah, probably.
Definitely more than 5. Okay, so I'm going to put that over here for a sec, and I'm going to get out the papers that I actually did. And here's a purple that I made using the deep, the turquoise blue deep, and the quinacridone rose. That's the purple that comes out. Isn't that wonderful?
Oh, here's some good information from Ernest. It says the Aura paint was created and developed by the Wrightville, hopefully I said that right, Academy Art School.
Oh.
There we go.
Okay, I'm going to talk about my collage, artwork, mixed media, what I do, mess around stuff. But look at this. Isn't this just vibrant? What I discovered about this paint, number one, it brayers out beautifully. Suavecito. And just lovely. And the thing about it is, it's a little bit drier. You need to get stuff down quickly. But it also leaves stuff behind for you to pick up. And sometimes I'm really happy about that because it just makes, look at this print. Okay, it was stuff that was already on there from the mashup. See it?
Yeah. It's cool because it has like a little swirl there in the middle, and that's from the...
Yes. And then I mixed up... I should have kept these.
And it's A-R-A. I don't know if it's pronounced Ara, but...
Yeah, A-R-A. Okay, here's what... And this is kind of cool. It acts a lot like the Liquitex soft body. The consistency of the paint is a lot like this. It's not heavy body and it's not fluid.
And welcome to Makers.
So it's really kind of in between, which is kind of nice. I mean, I do have those soft bodies and I forget to use them sometimes. But this is obviously a flop off.
Flop off, that's obvious.
And this is cool because look how it left stuff.
I love that.
I mean, and here's another one. Okay, now here's the gold. This is a flop off onto the gold, which I'd already picked up, which had stuff still there from...
Hey, Lynn, no worries.
Oh, what print? I don't know. One of them, but look at this. Isn't this cool?
That is cool. And now, those of you that have come in, do give those thumbsy upsies.
All right, now this is really cool here. All right, so this you can see the left behinds.
Hey, Juliet.
And I just kept coming in and picking them up. But isn't that just vibrant?
I was just thought they are very vibrant, even when mixed. Because sometimes you lose that vibrancy when you
do. And here, down here, where there was white paper left on the plate. But I just was very, very impressed with the way that they performed. Now, I will say this. I don't know that these are the paints that somebody just starting out with should use. They're a little bit finicky. And it's kind of, you have to work through and get
timing.
You've got I want you to see this. Can you see that? Up here in the top, mostly.
Hey, Jessie.
So these are the two pearlized colors.
I have itchy eyes today.
Can you see them? And you can see it a little bit here.
Oh, yes. Especially when you lay it down like that. It picked up it did the color shift.
It's the color shift stuff. So I've got those two to work with. I think I used every single one out here. I used every single one of the colors. But now I'm going to take this, and I thought this was really cool because I had the paints down here and I only had half a page that was braille authorizable. So I just went right there. And I decided, okay, I got to do some of these things. What am I going to do? So I looked around and I saw this box back there. It's not finished, but you know what? It didn't need to be finished to house the paints.
Be the paint box.
It's a paint box. And, you know, whatever. All right, so I'm keeping these out because we're going to add some of this to these to see what happens after we maybe add a pattern or something. I don't know exactly what. And, you know, I was rewatching what I do when I come in and look for comments that I haven't addressed. I'll go ahead and run the stream at the same time. And sometimes I listen to it, but most of the times I don't because I don't have my ear hoodie-doo things in, and Mariah hollers at me if she can hear noise coming from upstairs. So a lot of times I don't, but I was listening to that and I was like, look at that. I've had those one prints and I kept saying I was going to do something with them and they're still not done. Then I got these paints. So you know how that story went. I apologize for that, but you know, at the same time, it's like,
hey, Dana, this
is like really not a big surprise to y'all, or at least it shouldn't be.
No,
it shouldn't be. I did go over, and I remember she requested a friend thing, Lizzie Jean.
She's here.
Lizzie Jean, hello. I watched your unveiling of the box from PM Artist Studio, and I was, you know, I kind of was cracking up because you were talking about all those little pieces and how you liked all those little pieces for collage and whatnot. I have baskets and yeah.
She hides them.
I do. And you know, every now and then I will go through them and recurate them into.
Oh, Jocelyn said your bone bracelet's cool. She gets mad at me if I don't tell her whenever you guys talk about the
thank you.
jewelry.
Yes, this is.
Hey, Barbara.
I wished I could remember. It came from the flea market, I'm pretty sure. And it's not expensive or anything. Hey, and these are ones that I made. This one and this one.
Some of them even sort of.
Can you see the.
Recently on a stream.
Yeah. See the design in there? It's from.
Oh, that's Suspicious Sprouts.
Yes. Which I cut up and
yeah.
Went into a long haul. It's really, really good. I can't really remember what these are from.
At least Jean likes your pea hat.
Oh, yes.
Pea wearing peas.
Peas on Earth. That's the name of it. It's a sculptural thing.
It's a sculpture.
Sister Susie gave me these. She also gave me this pen, which I think one of her friends made in Los Alamos. But anyway. So that's kind of what we're going to do.
Oh, and Kiki, she loved all her little pieces too. She even, you loved upon them properly.
Oh, you did. You did. I told you it touched my heart the way you. Okay, so I've got these now. I'm going to have to set them off here because we just do not have enough. Oh, I want to talk about this for just a minute because I'm on my third layer of texture gesso.
Yeah.
And I'm down to colored pencils now. I'm really starting to get a feel for it, okay?
Yeah.
I think. But what I'm really thinking about is taking the see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evils, putting them on tissue paper and maybe kind of, you know, put them on here so they look like maybe somebody spray painted them onto the wall. That's my thought.
Well, here, this will really crack you up, Sophia. So the other day, both Brian and I are like, good God, she's really listening to things loud today. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's usually loud anyway, but it was like extra loud. And so then finally, most of the time I try to let her be, but it does, you know, it's loud. So I'm walking up the stairs and I see her and I can see the earbud in her ear. And I'm like, you do realize it's like out loud. She's like, no,
I thought it was really good.
It's perfect for her.
Because
like,
this ear's kind of plugged up, and I've been having problems with it. And I thought, oh, finally, yeah, okay, these buddy things are working, doing their job. Hallelujah.
No,
but they weren't. It was a false alarm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, where are we here? So let's just look. I always start with pulling things off, and
yeah, and if you don't know about texture gesso, that means you're new.
Okay.
And yes, so there's a link to it, and you'll get familiarized with the
and listen,
of texture gesso.
If you don't have texture gesso and you're a colored pencil aficionado, you need to get some of this because it will make your life. It's life changing.
Life changing.
It is life changing, and I am not exaggerating in the least. It's like when I discovered gesso. Okay, so someone asked me why, for placement purposes, didn't I pick these plates up and put them down on top?
Did you see what I wrote?
I did not. What did you write? I wrote, well, it's really easy when you got those little bit. When you
That's exactly what I wrote.
These big ones, it's like you wrestle with them. And the problem is these prints all kind of do this on the edge.
I think it was Walter that asked about that. And I was like, I would assume that.
And it's really hard to get them down on there. You watched me struggle with these over here that have slight warpage.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, okay. Well, it wasn't because I was dissing that. I have done it, and it is a good thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm doing here is really, really dangerous. Because I've got a goodly amount of stuff on the edge here.
Yeah.
Now, see, it's not picking up over there.
It's funny. Oh, and Savannah, that's awesome. And yeah, if you want to post it in Makers, we'd love to.
Okay, so see this? All right, so you just twirl it back the other way.
Yeah.
And this kind of works. It's best, if you put them under something for a day or two and let them kind of
sort themselves out.
Mm-hmm. That looks kind of cool. It looks like tree branch, or, birch branches in a really colorful forest. Okay, so that's that. And we've got that we can do something with.
I see, and it's still not linking it, and that's one that I fixed, Mo.
Here we go. Look, check this out. Now, you remember which print this went with?
Well, or maybe that's one that I fixed.
This was what was left.
Oh, yeah, I can see the... Yeah.
Yeah, okay. See it? So this is the pickup from this. This was like one of the last things I did the other day.
I love that.
I'm hoping it's going to come up.
Oh, I should. Hey, whoa. I mean, I know you didn't do it on. Okay, I'm gonna film it. I know you didn't do it on stream, but you're gonna do something like that, right? Hey,
well, I'm gonna try to.
That's how she's
shooting at me.
Okay, so this is one you did behind the scenes, but if you come to this stream, which this stream is the Tuesday stream, you are going to see P hopefully pull this and then also do some similar ones.
This is done with the new paint.
Ara.
And
A-R-A.
see what already started happening there?
Yeah.
a bit of a tearing process.
You just got to pull it up there, P. Crack them edges, but I don't really know that there's going to be.
I don't know either.
I'm hoping you can get this done in under a minute. That's my.
That's your thought.
Mm-hmm.
You can come along there, and you can give it a bit of a.
All right, you'll have to come to the stream to see it. Whoop! That was a tease. Think people get upset about that?
I don't know.
You think people get upset about that, y'all? If I just tease them? Post that as a quickie. Oh my God, so I laughed out loud. So P had or shared one of the shorts from YouTube, one of ours that I posted.
Oh, did you see that? Weren't you proud of me?
Yes, and then I love that she said, and I just figured out that you can post comments on these quickies. And then Mo posted a comment on the quickie about how much she enjoyed having one with P, which made me laugh way out loud. And she's like, because it took her a minute too, and she's like, oh, I love Mo.
You know, I think it's important. I think it's important to learn something every day. And when you're basically as technologically ignorant as I am, it's not a hard thing to do. Just about everything is new. You know, so I just walk around and I'm like a small child in the
Jackie.
forest.
Yeah.
It's like, holy cow, look at this.
And I wonder if ever in a meeting at YouTube when they were talking about what are we going to call these, you know, shorter form videos, and I wonder if anybody ever threw out there that we should call them quickies.
I thought that's what they should be called.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, now I want you to just look at this and just luxuriate in the absolute wonderfulness of this. And this is the gold that I showed you.
Yeah.
So it does pick up a print, and that's important. Oh my gosh, smell, Mariah.
I can smell it.
Can you smell it?
It smells wonderful.
It smells wonderful. Okay, so then we've got some interesting stuff here. Now, I don't know about the stuff on the edge. It could start creating some problems. I don't know that it's really a big issue at this point.
But it could be.
But it could be. We'll just deal with that a little bit later, I think. Because I've got some other things going on here. No, over there. What do we have here?
It's...
Okay, we've got some kind of smushy stuff going on here. Let's work with this, okay?
Hello, Margaret.
I'm waiting for it to show up on my thing. It doesn't show up very good, does it? It's kind of disappointing. Oh, well. C'est la vie, c'est la vie. So I was using those, and someone wanted to know about this. And Mariah gets mad at me because I use this all the time.
This is called Desert Cracks, and it's the large one, and she trimmed off all the edges because somebody even said, hey, what's that stencil at this time frame? Which, thank you. Hey, if y'all have a question regarding a stencil and you want to know exactly which one during what time of a stream, if you do, like, tell me, like, during the timestamp, that's very helpful to me. Because otherwise I kind of try to have to figure it out, and that's a little stressful at times. But yes, this is Desert Cracks, the large one.
Okay, so I've got this one. That would be good. Got this one. Now that's going to be a bit of a challenge, because here's what happens with these. You almost want to go through and you want to make the whole thing dark so that you don't have to decide blah, blah, blah. But you know what the other thing is on this? Just a minute, I have to untangle my stencils. This is when this works. Because then I can do the outside. And then I know that I just keep bringing the stencil back. And I know everybody's probably very tired of seeing it. But it's so wonderful for when you have done that stripe down the middle.
Right.
That, you know, it's dark and then the outsides are light.
If you brayer like P brayers, it's the perfect pair to a brayer now next level situation.
Absolutely.
And if you are looking for particular stencils, a lot of times, in fact, a majority of the time, Mo, that is Cookie Wookie, has posted a link directly to our website for that stencil. Now, some people don't know that they have access, or it could be early in the replay, and you don't have access to the chat because it's still rendering.
So we're looking at this and we're thinking, okay, what color here do we want to use on this? Well, I want to show you this gold because I love it so much. And I think it's going to look really good with this and this.
Yes.
I just really do think that. And I'm going to see if I've got another one here. Because I really, there's so many that I have not really properly addressed. So many prints. Now, I don't know. I just, I waver on this one. I just like that it looks like I've tried to pick this up I don't know how many times.
You put a post-it on there. Hey.
This is not the this is not
the stencil you're looking
for.
Not
stencil. Now, you don't have any problem figuring that on this.
It's the Jedi.
It is. Okay. So we've got this lovely. Now, you'll be able to see the consistency of this. Look at this nozzle.
I asked her how she liked the nozzle.
I love it. Number one, it's just perfect. And that goes back. I don't have to reach for my pliers. It doesn't hurt my fingers. Now, I don't know. It may get clogged up after a while.
Well, some proper nozzle maintenance may negate the need. Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, she's using a lot of big words out here. Okay, you can tell that this stencil is really ready for a good soak or retirement.
And, she keeps asking me for a new one of these. You need to remind me when I'm like, in the office.
I understand that. That reminders are place sensitive.
That is pretty. I really didn't think it was going to be that
gorgeous, gorgeous gold.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm putting this down on here, but now see, look, I've still got good stuff on, and I'm going to see if that comes through. A little bit of it did.
Now, keep in mind, one of the reasons she's able to do this and with such vigor and everything, the flop off that she's got going on there is because there's paint built up onto that stencil.
Yes.
If you did that with a brand new one, you'd be playing with fire.
You would. Okay, I was going to do that one, but I've decided I'm going to do this one instead. That was just an instant
change up.
Uh-huh.
It's the change up. Eddie says that gold is similar to the Amsterdam deep gold.
Ah.
I don't think we have any metallics in the Amsterdam.
I don't think we do.
Well,
and it's a little, it's just a little bit more tarnished looking. It's not quite so clean and bright, and I kind of like that.
Yeah.
And now I'm very happy about my stencil because if I retire it now, look at what I could use. I could use this on the cover of a book. Remember the time we did that with the flowers?
Yeah.
That was awesome. All right, I am actually going to at this point because
should we show them the flower book, because we've got a lot of new people here that probably have never seen the flower
I'm going to
book.
hand you this because it needs to retire.
All right, do you want to show them the flower book?
Yes, absolutely. Let me get this print.
Remember, I'm hollering at her because her hearing is all off.
If I'm looking right at you while you're saying something, I can hear you perfectly.
But then otherwise you do not.
Well, I kind of do.
Some of it's selective. Hello, Brenda.
All right, now look at this. Look at this.
That is so cool. Oh, and the puckering that happened there and then how the purple comes through it.
I just really, I did a good job of last minute call there.
She did.
That was really.
And look at the stuff left over.
I mean, it's just so wonderful because, a lot of times the paint is just so absolutely, it just picks up and goes. And you don't have this wonderful stuff left behind.
Yeah.
This is going to be a good print. See, look at that. And it's very equally distributed.
Oh, and show the gold paint, the bottle, if you would, please. This is from Jackson's. I don't know if other companies carry this paint or not, but this came from Jackson.
Okay. ARA.
And we would love it if you used our affiliate link.
Yes. Artist's Acrylics. And it's dark gold. It's made in the Netherlands.
She's very enamored by the fact that it's...
I am. And I've got to read this part here. Era acrylic paint is made of 100% pure acrylic emulsion and selected on durable pigments. Our paint is brilliant and very durable. Do not use below 10 degrees FR. Fahrenheit? I get confused on those things, and you know, I barely know what it means anyway. But this is an actual stencil.
And that's why we couldn't find, this is Peacock Swirls that we've been looking for lately. I don't know if y'all remember that or not, but here it is.
Here it is.
I'm sure I cut you a new one. We need to.
I don't think you did, or I would have it. Okay, so this is the book. This is the back of the book. And you will notice all these pages and the wonderful background. Very low contrast. You don't know how many.
And those little branchy things there are also, aren't those Yupo?
Those are Yupo.
Yeah. Cut off bits.
Yeah.
Nothing particular. And if y'all are interested in seeing more about this here book, there was about a month-long series.
And this is so wonderful because this was done with a special technique, which you'll have to go over. And here it is again here. Mm-hmm. Is this good? Am I in the right place?
It's been a long time on the flower book.
A long time. Look
it was
at that
more than
little
8 days.
bud.
It was more than 8. But less than 8 months.
Yes. This is the back side. Look at that. Look at those leaves.
Yeah.
And here's another one of those tubular stems.
Tubular.
But it started off, and this is so funny because some of these flowers that you see on the back, they were done by Mariah.
Well, it was supposed to be like she wanted to do one big collage thing. But then the flowers were way too pretty to
cover up, because in a bouquet you can just see like some of the flowers and not all of the
But
flowers.
if it's a real bouquet, obviously you get to enjoy them because you're looking at it 3-dimensionally and whatnot.
Yeah,
but when you're making a 2-dimensional thing, you got to give up something. And
to get something, yeah. So anyway, a lot of these flowers were done by Mariah. And then they got put in the book.
Well,
they were slightly
you took them
altered.
over. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Some of the flowers I did. But I did all of the construction.
The actual construction.
And gluing down of,
and gluing down of the backgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
And then I came in and spent hours gluing the actual.
Oh, Becky says later this year we will be doing a mixed media flower swap inspired by this book.
Oh my goodness, that is so cool. I'm very proud of this leaf here and how I fixed that leaf so it looks like it's
got a hurt paw.
It's got a hurt paw. And I love this soft texture of that, the back side of that.
Yeah.
I think it's a mallow.
Yeah.
But anyway.
That's the flower book.
That's the flower book. Is that signed and dated?
Well, I mean, we need to say go to YouTube.
Yes. Go to YouTube.
No, it isn't at all.
I don't even know. Was it last year or this year?
Well, I mean, 2025 just started, so I can safely say it was at least 2020. I'm pretty sure it was the beginning-ish of...
It could have been the end of 2023, too.
We usually do these around springish time.
Okay, well, you know,
Like flowers. We always end up doing like blooms.
I
Or
bet
some,
you Mo can hook us up here because she's awesome at that kind of stuff. But anyway, this gold, see that? That gold is really a nice gold. And Mariah, did you look up the price of the gold?
Well, those, I think for the most part, I do think there's some variation as far as colors are concerned. But it was like around $22 for the biggest one. And then it was around 12-ish, maybe $14 for the medium-sized one. And then around $8 for the smaller bottles. So, pretty good, really. I mean, I think.
Yeah. And they mix well together. Now, one of the things that I have not done is to see how they mix with other brands of paint, which that's important. You know,
for mixed media artists, people that, you know, have multiple kinds of paint. Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. Let's get a new plate. I just happen to have some.
Are you going to do that?
Yeah. Okay, we've got a little bit of stuff on here. And see these plates? I mean, they're heavy.
Her ability to just flip them over is not like, you know.
And, you know, and then I'm hitting the...
Yes, she is.
Hitting the hoop-de-doo up there.
That's the camera. Yesterday, the hoop-de-doo was a different thing. Today, hoop-de-doo is the camera, a.k.a. the technology that is allowing us to view what she's doing.
Absolutely, and allowing me to speak and you hear what I'm
well, that's a different
doing.
Technological device, but yeah.
Yes.
They're in the same
They're
area.
They're all there. Yes, and I'm always whacking one or the other with the various assortment of things. Okay, so
hey,
let's talk about this for just a sec, because one of the things that
look at her, Jeanette. I tell you, she's on it. It was so that's March, right? Yes, January, February,
right around my birthday.
April, no, May. Sorry, no, May. I should know that. 5. That's Izzy's. May 2nd. Was when we, I think, started the flower book. Assuming that's what that date is. The start date.
Well, that's probably not the one to watch, because I doubt that very much. I can't remember how many times I actually changed my mind on what we were doing.
It's important to start at the beginning, and then you understand the pain that some of us were going through during the whole. As far as like, okay, is this what we're doing? Okay, how many more of these flowers do we need? We're going to glue them down yet? Nope, not yet. Okay. What are we doing today? How many more flowers do we need? What's the plan, Patricia?
I don't know, Mariah. You asked me things that I do not have the answer to.
There was a lot of that.
Okay, so I've got that cleaned up on the bottom there. And, you know, it's a lot cooler on this side than it is that side. That happens so much at the time. And I'm not...
Hey, Sandy.
Going to deal with that right now. I'm just going to hang that up on the drawer over here. So I don't have this down here. I've got some up there, but I think I can avoid it. Okay, so here we are. We're going to see if we can mix and match. I don't know. I'm just going to go ahead with this and... Oh,
that's a good...
Because I've got this. This.
Well, I was the one you were gonna put the gold down.
I was, but I think I'm still gonna do it.
Okay.
I'm just gonna use a different. And I'm just grabbing some. Random stencils that happen to be handy.
Handy stencils.
Handy.
This one is Dot Dash Filigree by Sophia.
Okay, so you've noticed I haven't done anything to the edges of this. The reason I haven't is because when I
love now that we're pointing out the fact that it has not been altered.
It hasn't been altered. When I thought about it.
Hey, Ann.
I thought about, okay, when I cut that, that's going to cut all this loose here.
And then you got little floppy bits and things that you got to grab individually.
And then I just thought, you know, I don't think I want to do that.
That was a very good choice.
It was. All right, so let's use some of our red, brown, bronze. And it is ever so slightly
Some call this copper.
copper, but they didn't call it copper.
No, they didn't.
And what we're going to do here is we're going to
That's how you know artists named it.
get some of this out here. Okay, that's probably plenty. I have a tendency to use too much of this. And then we're going to use some of our blue pearl.
Why are you choosing the blue pearl?
As opposed to the purple pearl?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. This isn't called a lilac pearl. Because I want the blue to contrast.
I think that'll be more interesting because it's the blue hue or the way that it, color shifts going to the blue with the copper color. Yeah. Hey, Patty.
All right. So, we've got that going.
Mm-hmm.
Now I want to get out another.
Just digging through the piles, y'all.
Digging through the piles, y'all.
Yeah. Oh.
Just because I think that might be a really cool one.
Might be a cool
This one might be a cool one too. It's got a little shine to it already.
Yeah.
So let's
And I think that one is a little too much contrast going on with it for this to make any, real impact. That's my belief. Hey, Rennie. And once again, she's doing this flop off. Y'all need to be careful. If you're doing a flop off with a brand new Yupo stencil, it could get sticky.
This is not a brand new one. So,
and she's going to paint. So,
yes.
just things to keep in mind.
Things to remember. And I'll just go ahead and pull that off. Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
That is looking lovely. Look at that.
These papers down. I thought that was really cute that Lizzie Jeans said, oh, this is that paper that Patricia puts down to catch up the edges, and she was so excited about it. And that just really makes me so, I can't tell you how happy that makes me when people make that observation.
Yeah. And are excited about it.
Because, some people are going, oh man, this is really great. These people, cleaned out their trash can or swept their floor.
I will tell you though, sometimes those edges are the coolest thing. And don't look at it as like a whole. You've got to see the little bits of treasure that are along the sides there because they are. And I have used those in things. Oh. That is super fabulous. Where's Fran when we need Fran to ooh and ah some copper? She's missing out.
Oh, all right. So I'm going to put that aside for just a second, and I am going to. And again,
you were right about the amount of kind of paint that stays behind, which is great. Or it could just be that you're getting used to this paint and you're putting out a little more than you normally do.
Well, that is true, and I don't know that. That is absolutely what is going on here. But you can see it just picked up. Not a whole lot, but look at that.
Yeah.
It just adds that other little bit of coolness to it. All right, now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to pick this up with some of the, I'm trying to move that out of the way for. All right, we're going to go with the lilac.
So this one shifts to the purpley end of things.
The purpley end of things.
Well, it's almost more reddish, I think. The other one was more blue.
Okay, I'm going to be a little bit saving on this one. Move that out of the way.
Ah.
And I'm hoping to pick up the rest of this on here. But you know, when you're going paint to paint, sometimes you don't get what you want. And you're just happy with what you get.
You get what you get.
Yeah.
Don't throw a fit. Sophia says in real life, lilacs are very pinkish pale purple. So that tracks. She has a lilac tree in their garden, and it's lovely when it's in full bloom.
Okay, didn't get a lot there.
And keep giving it wiggles, though. You got more than you realized.
You can really see it.
Yeah.
Right here and here.
And in the darker areas, that's where you see the shift happen the most, I think.
Yeah, really, honestly, there
more
is.
there.
Okay.
Something else to keep in mind. Now, this is true. Because this is new paint to us. But I, again, just taking information that we have prior to this regarding color shift type paints. Because we have like the Liquitex iridescent medium.
Yes.
Which is very similar in how it color shifts and does what it does. There's going to be more that like stays back on your plate than you realize. There's going to be probably more that goes on to the prints and things than you realize. And something else that we've sort of noticed was with those types of paints or mediums is that like the filminess of them does stay back longer than you realize. FYI.
Yes, thank you for saying that, Mariah. I'm really trying to get some things going here that don't know if it's going to happen.
Are we talking about like the paint coming off of it, Patty? Yeah, there you go. Yes, use that link. That will get you the information you need. Perfect. Perfect timing. And then there was what's interesting with that is it sort of transferred some of that back.
Some of the original cause back to the light. Look at that.
That's lovely. That was a good mix. Basically, you recreated the color shifty purple that you used to have.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been altered significantly.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so now what do we want to do? Where's that stencil again? I have to use this one again. I'm going to go with the Okay, so we've got some transparent red iron oxide here. And I'm going to mix it with some of the blue.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go inside of some of those dots. Okay. I don't know that this is going to be ever so important.
Noticeable or, yeah.
I don't know that. But I don't know that it's not.
Here's the reason she's even, there is a reason for that. A lot of times when you just kind of put out a string of paint, especially if you're mixing paints, especially if they are different kinds of paints, meaning like heavy body to maybe some fluids or whatever, there's going to be sort of a ghosting, or it leaves like it's more like a tracer. If y'all know what that is. Like when you're doing with the fireworks and whatnot.
Okay, now these two colors I am thinking are going to make a lovely brown, which I am then going to put this print down there to pick it up with.
Oh, thank you, Zenjen, and thank you, Mo. There is a link to the playlist, the flower book playlist. Very much appreciate that if y'all want to check those out. And leave comments. I'd love to hear what you guys think about, you know, some of the older videos. I mean, that was a year ago. Or not quite a year ago, but... See, it mattered.
It do.
Hello, Icona.
And I've got some kind of cool stuff going on over here.
Yeah.
I just watched Lizzie's video today where she was working on, I think it was Lizzie, working on the person, and her background for that was kind of this color. That's like, yes, such a good color. And Lizzie, if that wasn't you, I apologize, but I think it was. It was the person.
Hi, Margie. Ooh. Wow. Well done.
Isn't that cool? And look.
This paint really is different.
It is very, very different. I just, you know, you get enough of it off, but enough of it stays that you're just like, oh my God, this is so wonderful. So now we're going to put down some gold. Pull this up with a new sheet. Want to make sure I've got plenty out there. I don't want to have to redo that.
Well, and you're, you know, if you really wanted to make sure that the image stayed as it is, you would want to let it dry.
Yes.
This is kind of pushing it.
It is, but you know.
If you brayer out nicely.
I'm not pushing. I'm just going very soft.
Scooting that paint across there thinly, but, you know, evenly.
Evenly, but thinly.
Mm-hmm.
And I may even get another pickup here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
We haven't been having a good time here lately.
I have been. Mariah hears me up here. She says, I can hear your brayer squeaking.
Well, and I can hear, like, because her chair, when she's like, my bedroom's right down below.
And sometimes I will go and I'll go to bed, and that'll be lying there, and I'll think of something. And I have to get up and take care of it right then.
So we were talking about, I don't know if you heard us, like, one day when the boys were over here, we were talking about, you know, if we ever did end up with, like, a PM Artist Studio building or, you know, separate office place, you know, would we move the studio over there? And I'm like, well, I know, that's beautiful. That's really very cool.
And do you see some of that other stuff that is finally picking up? Some of that also, Tambien.
Leftovers, y'all. Leftovers.
Oh, and look, there's a little hickey out there.
Yep.
Right there.
Not ready.
It's a little particle.
Yupo?
No.
Just
I would say it's either pepper or salt. I had my avocado up here earlier.
Eating in the studio. Anyway, so that's why we wouldn't, like, be able to move the studio where this one does her thing to a separate location. Because she needs to be able to get up and, you know, and have access at all hours to her artiness.
Okay, let's use...
Or we also talked about just, you know, making a little, like, if it's one of those buildings where we could just have a little suite for you.
Oh, I could just stay over there.
You just live there. All she really needs is a small, like a large enough refrigerator that she can kind of hold some things. A microwave.
My yogurt, my kefir, and my kombucha. And veggies. And good cheese.
And a microwave for when you do want to,
yes,
you know, heat up.
And I might need one burner.
Oh, I don't know that we're allowing you access to that.
To fire?
To fire.
Unsupervised fire.
Unsupervised fire is
Okay,
not...
that worked out so well the last time that we did this, so we're just going to go ahead and this is just a really excellent way of...
Yeah. the studio apartment. That's what she means.
Well, I would kind of miss you guys.
I know. That's why, like, even though it's not necessarily the most ideal situation as far as, like, not having Yupo everywhere, the arrangement it works for our lifestyle.
Let's see what happens. I've just discovered a whole new thing here.
Oh, hey,
well, I mean,
Sandra.
it's not new, but, you know, my feeling is if it's new to me, then, you know, it's new.
Right.
And boo-hoo on whoever else already knew.
Yeah, that's been kind of our thing. But then we're like, well, if we get, we need to be close enough to where people could come and work. So that's, you know, there's like this. All right,
Pros and cons,
yeah,
pros and cons.
To each sort of situation.
Situations.
Yeah, Zen, that's exactly right.
Now, it was, you know, the amount of paint I had out there was almost perfect.
We have a lot of those around, well, further out, but yeah.
What?
Those barn dominiums, where they basically like put a house inside of a big old barn. We have, there were some people that lived a couple houses down here and they built one of those and moved out further. That's lovely too. You're on fire today. It's been said so.
Okay, so now, love that. But what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of transparent red iron oxide. The reason I'm not picking this one, can you see what happens? Word to the wise.
Word.
Word. My goodness, this is coming very...
Yeah.
Large.
Whoa.
Large.
Trinket.
Trinket.
Oh, she says, do y'all both have a bunch of hats and scarves? Because she sees us matching along with our makes. Well, I don't know what it is about her. Like, it's hilarious because it just so happens that whatever she's wearing that day really ends up being part of her color palette or whatever, which is funny and noticeable.
Totally unconscious.
It's just kind of what I guess is in her brain, and then she ends up, you know, wearing and doing. But yes, we have many hats and scarves and things. And some people have hooked us up with said hats and scarves from many of the lovely folks here in the chat. So yeah. And this is my old hat that P really hates, but I love it. I love the weight of it. It's good for like a day that's
the one
not...
that Margie made? God, that's so old and
then she
raggedy.
She fixed the edge of it because it was really looking sad. And she's like, I can't stand that stuff hanging in your face. But I love this hat because it's even perfect during the summer. Like the one that Rhonda gave me is awesome, but it is quite warm. Like I wore it the day that it was flipping cold in here. But it's warm.
And the hat that I have on right now, I'm kind of disappointed in this. We sort of lost some of that lovely quality of the...
Who's it? What's it? Yeah.
Okay, well, you know, you can't win them all. My hat is made by Miriam.
Yes, Mariah has hooked us up. And
I send her yarn and she sends me hats. It's a great trade around.
mm-hmm.
Now, it has to go halfway around the world in order to do that, but, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're going to try something a little bit different here. We're going to use some of our... I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't do that. All right, this is kind of boring.
Yeah.
This is Permanent Violet Dark.
Golden.
And it's high dollar stuff. And
that's why she got the little one.
Yeah. Well, I don't even think they offered it in the big one.
Yeah, they do.
Did they? Oh,
just
okay. Well, it's a lovely hue.
It is.
Absolutely lovely.
And this is Dot Dash Filigree by Sophia. Ooh, the brayer off flop off business is looking quite good.
It is, and I don't know if really I'm running out of room to.
Mm-hmm. This is getting to be a good one. Your frame paper. Oh, lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Look, it looks like a big old pair of lips right there in the middle.
It does.
Like big lips.
Yes. The ones that have had some augmentation.
Oh, yeah, like when those poor girls that end up like having like a bad reaction or whatever, and it's just, they're huge. Or it's just like gone wrong.
Bills. They become bills.
I just think that has to be painful. Because, like, you know, if you have a swollen lip or, like...
Oh, my gosh.
That hurts.
Oh.
And so if they're that big, that just has to be so painful. Seeing that, it... Still there.
There's the lip.
There's the lip. Oh, hey, Gray.
Okay, this is getting to be quite lovely. All right, which one of these haven't I used?
What are you talking about? Oh, the
paints.
Paints?
Used any of the red? Have I used red?
I don't think that you've used the red. And it's kind of a tomato-y red.
It's called light red orange.
It's a light red.
Tomato.
Potato.
All right, let's go ahead and let's. I mean, I just love this little business of doing these little circles.
Mm-hmm.
Helps you distribute your paint most.
Put it in a circle.
Ooh.
Ooh. I'm wondering if you can store those upside down.
I don't know. Why?
Well, I'm just kind of curious because at some point, like, you do want it to be down into the squeezer, you know? Into the thing. It's going to be something to think about as you move forward.
True. And store.
But I think you can pop the little nozzle thing out.
Oh, I mean, you know, there had to be some way they got it in there that it's not like, you know,
magic.
One of those.
Yeah.
Eclair things.
Eclairs.
You shove it in its bum and squeeze.
Yep. Yeah, see, Patty does that with hers. The ones that are in squirt bottles.
She stores them upside down?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see.
Oh, and Sherry says most anything from paint to food stores better upside down to prevent air from entering. She stores all sorts of things in the fridge that way.
Hey, well,
look at that.
Good to know.
Tips and tricks, y'all.
Tips and tricks. Learned it here.
Learned it here. Be a Sherry. I'm telling you. Y'all make us seem real smart. Love that. That's fun. Yeah, putting it in the dots is kind of the way to go.
Well, it really is so easy to evenly distribute it.
In the squeezy bottle thing. Mm-hmm.
Nah, I really
that
like
makes sense. Yeah, because those little boogers, the art glitter or the the glitter glue stuff, because that stuff will make you crazy trying to get it out of there, especially if the little hootie doos clogged up. Should we put that on a t-shirt, Jen?
What?
She says, of course, only smart people watch PM Artist Studio. Well, we didn't say it, so that makes perfect sense. Very cool.
And this paint, you notice it has that lovely
sheen.
Luminosity.
Yeah, the sheen.
The sheen. What we're talking about, the sheen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to grab this little jobber over here. See if we can pick up anything here. Maybe
no,
probably not.
Oh, that's
just about left that one a little bit too long. Did you hear that crackling?
Okay, so see, even with a stencil that has full paint coverage, but see, it was going straight to paper.
Yeah,
that had a lot.
New paper.
Yes, that has a lot to do with that paint drying pretty quickly, and then you can run into that same troublesome point where it just starts adhering to the paper, and then it becomes a flocked situation that you probably don't want to deal with. Mm-hmm.
Most probably not.
Ooh.
That was really...
I love that.
And you notice I pressed really hard. I wanted to get that
get it up
off of there, and it worked out very nicely.
Mo said she loves the sound of that stencil pulling off the paper like walking on fresh snow. It's that crunch.
It is
me nervous, but yeah, it does have that
kind of crunchy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what was I thinking here? What was I thinking?
Oh, well, you came in a little late. We were showing the flower book. So, yes, we make books. And then, like, on Monday, I just finished up a book. Oh, here, you want to show them my book? And I did the edges and everything. You can show them all the edges. All the edges have been done. Because I didn't want to subject y'all to that whole thing.
So, I told Mariah when I was holding this, and I said, sometimes I feel really bad that you all can't, come in and put your hands on it and move it about. But I'm going to try to do this for you because this is such a sensual experience. When I was looking at it, can you see it?
Well, and you're coming from the back. That's the.
It doesn't matter. It goes both ways. It's one of those books that there's no right or wrong way to experience it. And then you open it up like this.
See the little.
And then you open it up like this. And then you can start here. And this is actually the beginning.
And if y'all didn't, if you weren't here yesterday.
The richness of, and this is so wonderful because then it's repeated down here in these colors.
Mm-hmm.
And then that back and look at that lovely edge there.
See, I did the brown, and then I did gold on the front because I thought that looked so good. Not that y'all be looking at the bottom of the edges, but just, you know.
But all of these little, we call them canals.
Mm-hmm.
Mariah went through. Well, I started it. All I did is put some gold on there, and I thought that was good enough. She didn't think it was quite good enough. So she came back in, and she matched.
Well, no, I had done the one canal.
That's true. This one.
Yes. And that went well. No, actually, it was the second one.
This one.
Yep, that one, where they met. And then everybody's like, okay, yeah, that looks good. Let's continue on with that.
But this is you can see here, it's the tape. And it has been dealt with paint.
Those acrylic markers. Those
Acrylic
Artex ones here. These are the, if y'all want to know the brand of markers, and showed those too. But yeah, they work well. I really like those. I don't know what their longevity is as far as like how much is in there, because I'm starting to see some of them sort of run out. But then again, the little baby Isabella has been putting the paint to work.
I'll tell you what, she's hard on them.
And she is. She's
hard. You want to have, give somebody a run for their money. Okay, now I'm going to.
She's like, yeah, if you want her in her tester department, she'll put it through the ringer.
She will. We should hire her out, these people. Because if
you want to know how long that marker's going to last,
holes up. Okay, I'm looking up here to see what other stencil I've got that I can use here. Because I have a tendency to just, like get into a rut. Okay, this is a good one too.
Oh, hi, Diane. Oh, this is buttons. Grandma's buttons. I think there's a 1 and a 2. I can't remember exactly which one this is. I want to say this is 2, but I don't know that for a fact. By Darcy.
Okay. All right. So I told you that this and this made a nice purple. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing with the circles.
Oh, Patty, from scratch. I built the panels, cut the panels, taped them together, and all of that you can see for the most part in the last 3 Monday streams. Yeah, I think it's the last 3. Start to finish, basically. Oh, and thank you, Kathy.
This is turquoise blue deep.
I love this color.
And this is quinacridone rose deep. And you'll notice I don't have to shake these. They stay suspended for whatever reason.
As she shakes.
Now I'm just going to try to get the color to shake.
Well, this is why I say, yeah, you should store it upside down. I would assume it blocks it well enough.
See?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. So it was style 2. Perfect.
Kind of like planting daffodils, You need to move along so that you don't.
That looks very pretty.
It does.
It's kind of like, I don't know if y'all ever come across those quickie videos that they'll do the little dots and whatever, and then they come along like with a little squeegee thing and it makes them. I want to know how much practice had to go into figuring that stuff out, because it isn't just a one run. This is where I say I get a little irked about that, because I want to know how many times did you have to do it before it actually turned out that way. This is the Aura, A-R-A paint that was sent to us by Sonia, which is Ari Sky, and she got it from Jackson's. Cool paint. Now, what P has mentioned is that it is a pretty fast drying paint, so something to keep in mind, and maybe a little frustrating for somebody just starting out, because you need time to kind of think and have a little bit of movement time when you first start. So paints that don't dry as fast are probably going to you're going to find greater success. I love that. That's awesome. But yeah, you gotta see that's flocking that just happened.
That's
there.
flocking. Flocking.
Oh, that's great, Cynthia. And then also I kind of the prints a lot of times, because we do have so many, because P does this every day, even the days we don't stream. And you see the piles. I've seen the piles. They go into orders. So whenever you place an order, we put those little, there's usually 2 in there of the little cut-ups. They're about almost ATC size that go into the packet. So hopefully, you know, those of you that watch pretty regularly might even like go, ooh, I recognize that. Now, some people that don't know who we are and they just place orders, I'm sure they're kind of like, what is this stuff?
Why
are they sending me these things?
These little tiny pieces of paper.
But, you know, I think they like it nonetheless, hopefully. I try to think that they do. Oh, and I'm not even keeping track of time. You got 40 minutes.
Oh, I'm good.
Yeah, 39 to be exact.
I haven't made it through all of the other.
Oh, bye, Liz. I understand. I know it's late.
All right, now just wait for it. Just wait for it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Isn't that just gorgeous?
That is.
And I just, you know, I love the way the spotting of that paint, and it stays put. A lot of times with the other golden paints that I have, or any of the others, they end up mixing.
Yeah.
These kind of stay put.
Right, but still thin out.
Yeah.
Oh, it's very interesting to watch this whole, yeah. This is, again, I know I always say, get to know your paints. They all act different.
They all act different.
Okay, so a couple of questions. Let's see. Patty says, oh, wait, what was flocking? So,
Let me show you. Okay.
We just laugh about that because, yeah, here. And, yeah, hold it up into the technology.
Can you see where, let me show you the stencil so you can see where it occurred, because you can actually see it. See those places? That's where it pulled off paper.
Mm-hmm. Onto the stencil.
Onto the stencil, and then it pulled it up off of this piece of paper. Partially the reason is because this was a little bit damp from me doing the brayer off.
Right.
And it just, you know, that's what occurred.
Yeah.
You get some really cool effects. Now, sometimes you have to take it to the bathroom and, you know, give it a wash up.
Indeed.
To get it off. But
Indeed.
okay.
Okay, and then did I see another question? Or there was something else I was going to. Okay. Oh, what about adding retardant to the paint? Yes, you could do that.
Mm-hmm.
Here would be my kind of concern with the coolness of this new paint is that the retarder will alter that sheen. Like, I don't think it's gonna you're gonna lose that.
It does, and sometimes it's really it's kind of sad.
Yeah.
What happens? Okay, so I've got this one here, and I've got this one. I think both of these are going to be really beautiful, and I don't know exactly.
This goes with your outfit today.
Does it? Okay, let's just do it. We're gonna do this one, and we're gonna go into it with some of this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the quinacridone rose deep, and I'm going to grab the blue pearl, and we're going to do some. I think that's going to be cool. I don't know. We shall see. It's going to be a lovely experiment. Anyway.
Yeah, and Patty, you gotta read. Definitely go over there and read about the cleaning care and all of that because there's going to be some information that addresses like what's kind of happening with your stencils. Now, depending on kind of your like how much you have peeled or picked it really shouldn't mess with it. But there is information over there regarding how to care for your Yupo stencils. And Mo has put the link in there again. Thank you, Mo. So if y'all are coming in and you're like, oh, I want to know more about that, there's great little blog post on our website. And it also has a video from Eddie who did the whole, like, soaking it in a bath of the Murphy's oil and watching the paint just kind of goo up and be able to clean your stencils pretty much like brand new. Pretty much. Now, some of those paints stain. Just is what it is. That's what, you know, over time, why your gel plates will get that coloration as well. Ooh, I love this. Oh, careful. You need to pull that stencil up. That kind of... Uh-huh. just playing with fire. She wants to get flocky with it. And Eddie did do a short long haul video. There you go. Ooh.
Still see it underneath.
Oh, I'm a little sad that it lost more than I wanted it to.
More than you wanted it to?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know that it's going to pick this up, but it's not going to hurt anything to give it a whirl.
Oh, yeah, and he's using one of Becky's stencils. And I think Darcy has a new video out. She did some cleaning. I was pretty excited about all that. That's beautiful. You redeemed yourself on that one. I like that a lot. I tell you, that color shifty business.
Pretty trippy, isn't it?
It really is. Hi, kitty. I know. No.
I think this is really pretty.
Yeah. It's kind of watercolory-ish. You know, sort of.
Now, the one thing I haven't done.
Oh, and Patty has a PM video, and y'all keep an eye out over in Makers for people who are posting their videos. We always highly encourage. It doesn't have to have our products in it or anything like that. Obviously, we
do love it when you do that.
We do love it when you do that.
What?
It's helpful. It really is. I can't express that enough. But it does not have to be in order to post those videos over Makers. And hopefully that's one of the things that kind of sets Makers apart from other groups, is that we tend to let a lot of things go in there that other groups don't. I'm not to say that there aren't rules. There are rules. Read them. And I've altered them, actually. When something comes up, I alter them.
I think this is going to be pretty subtle.
I know, but I think that that's okay. Like, that's sort of what it needed.
Sometimes it is. And you just have to have it moist enough that, obviously when we're using the open paints, you get a lot more definition.
I like that attitude, Patty.
What?
She says, right now all she has is Eddie, Darcy, and Paula's stencils, but that's all she owns until after this live. That was good.
Look at that.
Ooh, see, I think that was perfect. Here's, if you are of the world of ink, you know, and you've got the little fuzzy thingies, and you can get this similar effect. That's a lot of like what a rub off like that
looks like.
Yes. You can get that same effect. So if you aren't comfortable doing it with all the paints and whatnot, and you come from that world of, oh, I got those inks and I've got those little thingies.
Yeah.
And you've got the stencil. You can do the same thing.
Okay, we still have a little pink stuff left here. That's all right. We'll get rid of that real quick.
Oh, she has all three of them in tomorrow's video. Okay. I love it. And then most is here. Buy all the stencils here. There's a link to the PM Artist Studio website.
And it holds its form. I'm doing that so that you can see. This is called a soft body paint. They don't call it that, but that's what they would call it if you
Lori Paul
purchased it from, yeah, Golden. All right, we haven't used any red iron oxide here. And let's see.
I was waiting for somebody. I should have known it would have been Eddie. He says that's his nickname.
Red iron oxide? That's odd.
No, soft body.
Oh. Okay, now, I'm kind of keeping this in mind here. Okay?
Yeah.
I want that up there.
See, she's showing restraint.
What?
Mo was showing restraint. She didn't eat it. She didn't put the whole website. She sent you to the stencils.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
That's beautiful.
Isn't it beautiful?
It's beautiful.
Okay, so we move this down here. I don't know if this is going to work like I want it to, but you know.
Hey. We'll know here in a minute.
We will. This is the other thing I like about this is the instantaneous results of said process.
Yeah.
You know, I don't, some of it you do have to wait for.
Yeah.
But you can always turn it over and get somewhat of an idea.
Very nice. Very nice. The coverage is very interesting with this paint.
It really honestly is. It's just,
This is the first time I'm seeing, I mean, she showed me her prints this morning, but, you know, watching the process and experiencing what he was telling me about is, it's pretty cool. I don't know if there's a bunch of crossover on that gray.
crossover what?
She wanted to know if anybody here had played World of Warcraft. There's a place called Barrens, and it's where the people talked about their red iron oxides.
Oh. I used to play Risk.
There you go.
With the Vets Club up in the mountain campus.
Yeah.
At Estes Park.
Oh, Cynthia, so is mine. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's awesome. I love that.
Isn't that good?
That's good.
I mean, you know, yeah, I think it's really. I could do some things with that, but I'm not going to because I absolutely love it just like it is.
Oh, yeah?
So, put this down on here because I don't want to do everything. I just want to get some spots of color off here. And I think it's going to be
Ooh. Yeah, don't do it all over. Just do.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm just doing it in the yellow parts. What?
I was just reading chat. They're talking about the different games that some of them do play, which I do find that a little surprising. I didn't think that there was going to be. If that the crossover in the Venn diagram of that, but yeah, I love it. That's awesome. And I think I've told you to leave this print alone before, but you really should leave it alone now.
I really should leave it alone now. And see, I agree with that. I agree with that, like totally.
Mm-hmm. It should not be. It should not be in the optional pile. It should be in the Dunsies pile.
Dunsies pile. Okay, we're gonna put this back down here, and we're gonna get a little bit of.
Okay.
Do the same kind of thing, just in places.
It shakes the camera.
Sorry.
It's okay. As long as you're doing good work.
That we call that move a Fran.
She calls that a Fran.
That was a Fran.
I don't know that it's become a thing yet. I haven't noticed other folks calling it a Fran. Even Fran.
Fran, where's you
Fran?
Girl?
I'm with you on that.
Look at that.
Oh, I like it. I think if you could do a little bit of that blue on there too, in that way. I mean, I don't know if that's a requestable thing, but in an ideal world, you would, make that happen.
I could make that happen.
Well, you got 20 minutes to do it.
Okie dokie.
Y'all think she can do it? And welcome to those of you that have come in. Do say hello in the chat. We do have 20 minutes. A lot can happen. Things happen at the very end of these streams. And if it's really good, we might even hang out longer than we're supposed to. Not much, but, we do.
Okay, so this is not really a blue. It's kind of a purple blue. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a little of...
This is the new blue, right?
This is the new blue.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And thumbsy upsies, y'all.
Okay.
Oh, mixing the blues. Which blue is that?
I don't know. It was from the...
Oh, washouts?
Washouts.
Okay. Which will add a little... That's kind of interesting how that's reacting together.
Always interesting.
Always interesting. It will then make it to where it won't dry as fast. Because there's all sorts of things in that washout.
Okay, I'm not flopping this off because I want to do the wipe off.
Right, you're using the paint on the stencil as your wipe off.
On the stencil.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll just go ahead and pull another print here. We don't have enough, and I'm
Oh, bye, Zinjin.
Okay, we'll let that sit a spell.
Okay, bringing that back in.
And
Now, can you do this? This is
okay.
It's gonna be a little scary.
Huh?
Because you got more paint on there than you would normally have on for a rub-off situation.
This is true.
Okay, this is next
Going
level.
to have to be very circumspect.
And you made it a little more juicy than...
True enough.
Yeah. Just thought I'd point that out to the folks at home. Because... I really didn't anticipate it being green. I should have. That was not what was in my mind. But that's okay. We're learning things here, y'all. All of us. Hopefully. What's mean? Eddie told me to get my color wheel out. You ain't wrong. Hey, it's more blue than I thought it was going to be, but it does come off a little greeny.
It does come off a little
green.
greeny, and I think the reason it needs it because it needs some purple.
And you were actually, you had sort of thought about that.
I did. But look at this.
I wasn't fully
This is some
anticipating
loveliness here. Look at all that stuff that it picked up.
That's good. That's good stuff right there.
That is some good stuff right there. All right, we're going to give this a bit of a... Let's do this. Let's see what this does.
Yes. They are done with baby wipes. And the ones that we really like are the ones that are the plant-based, high tensile strength, something or others like that, because they don't get fuzzy things and they don't break apart. Yeah. Now, I'm sure we have some of the like iridescent color shifting ones from Golden that are the high flow. We don't have any that are like the heavy body or even, I don't know, do they make them in the just fluid? Or a soft, you know, like the soft body, like a liquid text type situation.
Oh, I don't know.
But then we do have, like, we've had the color shift other paints. These are pretty nifty. I would say that they are comparable as far as, like, just the shimmery effect of them, like many of those others, is what I'm trying to say.
I don't know that this is doing much, but I don't think we're going to be able to tell until we pull it up. And hopefully it mixed with the as we had some iridescent on there anyway. I'm gonna come back and add a little so it's not quite so stripy.
Yeah, it was good call. I agree with this. Yeah, sometimes they aren't as noticeable as what like this color shifty business is. Like normally it requires you to see them on something very like dark. Like if you utilize those other color shift paints on top of like black paper, you really see them. This you're getting effect even on top of other
I'm
colors.
gonna see if we can do it on this and see what it looks like.
It'll be very, I would assume it's very noticeable. I think that's what you were saying too, Eddie. I would assume. I love this.
Okay, so we wanted to see what would happen if...
And like, you can even see it down on the plate right now.
Oh, I know. And I don't know if I can pick that up.
Ara. A-R-A. I think that's how you would say it. Or maybe it's A-R-A. I don't know if they say A-R-A or Ara.
Yes.
Very nice. She's giving y'all a lot of wiggle today.
Giving you some good wiggles. All right, let's see what we've got here. Usually I've got some, you know, like totally black thing here. All right, let's just make this dark.
Make this dark.
Dark.
And we're going to do some other things to it.
And then we'll do some other things.
I don't know if y'all know this is Tweak It Tuesday, so this is on point. On brand.
Okay, here we go. Dioxanate. Oh, ow. That hurt my finger.
She needed pliers. Just giving all the good wiggles today.
I'm always proud of myself when I don't, you know, lose the lid.
I am too, because I worry about the losings of the lids. Oh, that's and that's an oldie but goodie. That's Grandma's Buttons by Darcy. This is the new purple. Well, newish purple, right?
No, this is old.
Oh, this is the Utrecht?
The old Utrecht purple. Yes. And we're just going to go ahead and try to get the top and the bottom. We'll just kind of leave that middled.
Middled? Well, there you go. You made it dark. Mission accomplished.
Okay, that's looking pretty good. We'll just put this aside here. This down. See if we can pick up some interesting things here.
Yeah. That piece that you just put down, was that a blank piece or was that something?
It had something on it.
Okay.
It wasn't anything to write home about. So it doesn't, you know, turn out to be absolutely stunning and whatnot.
Yeah, any of the 8.5 by 11 sheets, like the paper, like this one, that's gonna be the Hammer Mill 32-pound color copy paper. And then Mo did put a link in chat. Thank you, Mo. That's that paper. The paper that he uses as like the, you know, to wipe over the print to get the little framey business. That's the deli paper. And I don't know that you've actually used any Carnival today. You haven't really been doing much with the Carnival last couple of streams or so.
I haven't. I don't, you know, there's just...
The main thing that's great for are like the long hauls. And then if you're doing I don't know, layered. Like you're trying to get the ghost print up off of, like, when you put the stencil down and stuff. And so you pull the stuff in between it. Those are the most ideal situations for that, I believe. Diane says the purple and blue needs some gold. I think she has it.
I don't disagree with you on that. Sometimes these little prints that you do to kind of pull up some stuff.
See, that's interesting. See, so those are working. Did you notice that, Mo?
What?
That the Nightbot, the timed ones, the Nightbot just drops in. Actually, that link is linked, where the other ones weren't. So, maybe I'll go back and mess with some other ones. Partway through the string. See, that's so weird. Yeah, see if that. See, I need to go back and change that one. I did the command ones. I didn't do the prompted ones. That's awesome.
That's some cool stuff. And that was from that mixture that I just put on here that has airbrush medium added. And I'm out of my, I used all my airbrush that I've got in my dispenser, and Mariah and I haven't managed to
still haven't done it.
Decant it from its large form into its squirty form.
You need it in squirty form.
It's in the ladle form right now, and I don't have a proper ladle. But
or the proper, side table vat to, dip it out of.
Yeah, that just isn't quite happening yet. All right, let's see what we can get up off of here with this.
Oh, you got 8 minutes.
8 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
All right, here's another mixture. It says mediums.
Mediums.
That means probably a little bit of all of the above.
Whatever was handy.
Whatever was handy.
No room for the soup pot. That's right. Yeah. Diane likes your hat. That one was from Miriam. And she put the pea pod on it, which is the peas on earth.
And it's like a real sculpture. It's one of a kind that's been signed by an artist.
The artist. Not an artist, the artist.
What?
Sophia says, worst mutant superhero change ever. Squirty form.
Hey, just like we got a big old jar of that stuff. Oh, and look at that. See, I just wired off that purple on that end.
Sometimes I'm happy she squirrels. Because I'm a little afraid of what she's going to say. Ooh, look at that. Look at that, Becky. That's got Becky's name all over it. Those are her colors.
And look down here at this. This is. Do I have it close enough?
I don't know what you're trying to show. You need your pointy thing. Yeah, no, your fingers in the. Yeah, you need to. There you go. Now you're. There you go. Yep, you're in the.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Mm-hmm. I know.
Hot diggity. That's mighty fine.
Just
turpentine.
Mighty fine. What you got?
Gertrude Stein.
Yeah.
Mighty fine.
Why don't you just put that down on the plate and see what comes up?
I don't think there's anything coming up there.
You don't think anything can come up there?
Well, it might have if it's been,
Yeah. I think some of the stuff came up.
I think some stuff came up, but I don't think you can see it. It's like
there, but it's not.
trees in the forest.
Uh-huh. I was there. I saw it.
Okay, I think we've pretty well exhausted whatever's out there. We've got a lot of mucky muck around the edge. We don't really care about that. What time is it?
We can shut it down at this point.
Well, at this point, really.
Yeah.
I do want to try one thing.
Okay.
I just want to try one thing, and I've got this really, not terribly. I'm not going to mess this up because I think this is just wonderful. But I've got this one that's kind of,
Yeah. Tried to get her to get that stuff up.
Anyway.
But didn't come up. But
Okay,
did come
so
up.
here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put down a layer of this.
Okay. This being one of the color shifty ones. I don't know which one.
This is the lilac pearl. And I just had this vision, Mariah.
Yeah.
Remember when we were in Baltimore, lilac pearl, and we had some in a little jar that Xandra had.
Oh, it's that lunar. Oh no, it was sorry. It's by the Benabar, I think. It's a
could be. Anywho, that was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now I'm putting this airbrush medium out here on top of that.
Okay. Just doing interesting things. Okay. I kind of like the thought process of where this is going.
Yeah, I don't know that it's going to have like spectacular.
No, it's not going to be slap you in the face. Oh my God, that's amazing.
It's going to be, oh my, isn't that interesting?
Mm-hmm. But interesting in the good, interesting, not in the judgy one.
Trying to multitask here. And
yeah.
Get some stuff down on this. And I don't know that anything came off on that, and you wouldn't be able to tell because this is white on white. But, one never knows.
Hey, and it could be something magical that shows up later.
Absolutely.
In a later stream. Not today.
That's
like little paint gifts.
Not prevarication. It's just,
Yeah.
Oh, holy crap. Oh, look at that.
Oh. Well, actually, it was a little more than I thought it was going to be. I love it. Puffy little smoky, cloudy, like shimmer business.
And there's still some left on the plate to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
But, okay, you saw how I did that.
Hello, Laura. Mm-hmm.
All righty. I feel like that's a good...
Yeah, that's a good place to
leave. That's a period at the end of the sentence.
Boop. And y'all got booped. Do you want to show folks that you want to do a little quick flip through? I mean, we do have 2 minutes if you wanted to utilize
them. No, I don't.
No, she didn't want to show y'all.
I will show you, and we will savor them.
Savor them on Thursday.
Thursday will be.
Have you thought about thoughts?
No.
Okay. It'll come to us.
It will.
I always have some thoughts, but sometimes they're not to be shared with people.
So beautiful down there.
All right, my arty friends, we will be back here on a Thursday. That is the day that we do some thoughting and arting all in the same stream. Can you believe it?
Multi-talented people we are.
Sometimes we are. And the more of y'all that show up here, the better we are. I'm telling you.
And I want y'all to make
smarter
a list
we seem.
Of really, wonderful questions that you suspect I know the answer to. Those are my favorite kind.
It shows off her talents.
Yes, it does. And, the thing about it is if I don't know the answer, I can send you someplace to find the answer. Or, you can just give up and Google it like I do if I don't know
these things. Okay. Yeah. We'll see you back here on Thursday. Bye, guys.
Love ya.
Like a
Bye.
Bye.